Yellow. Welcome to Sue's Views. Today I am going to do two book reviews in one whop. Cause these books are pretty similar. These are like J. Cole albums. You could make this one and it'll be like fine. My personal opinion, I like the Four Agreements more than the Mastery of Love. I'll get into that in a minute. I'm looking at my notes, so like yeah. So in the Four Agreements, I'm gonna just straight up tell you what they are. You still should read the book so you can get an even more in-depth explanation in Don Miguel Ruiz's perspective. I'm gonna give you Sue's view. Okay, so the Four Agreements, the first one is to be impeccable with your word, which means to hold yourself to a high standard. If you're gonna say something, mean it. If you're gonna like speak, let it be worth it. Let it be worthy. You know what I'm saying? Number two is don't take anything personally. So I spoke on that in the Zen Art of Happiness book, but like the things that happen to you aren't because of you. You know what I mean? Like don't assume that the experiences you have are like personal. You know what I mean? Like the world does what it does, you know. God bless. Do your thing. Number three, don't make assumptions, which I just said. So like don't assume anything. There's just as much of a like argument for one side that it is on the other. You know just as much as you don't know. And number four is to always do your best. Don't shortchange yourself. You know, like at any point you can be up out of here. So make it count. Make your steps count. Make your words count. Make your behaviors worthy of acting out. You know what I'm saying? And then after he breaks down the Four Agreements, he goes into breaking the habits that you have formed through your life, whether they're good or bad. And I guess you don't have to break your good habits, but that's kind of what the ending part of this book is about. And like one of the things that I like that's in this book, and he talks about it in both of them, is the domestication of human beings and like how we have created this system to where there's a way of life and we teach our offspring that, and it's a form of domestication. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read this quote here. As children, we didn't have the opportunity to choose our beliefs, but we agreed with the information that was passed to us from the dream of the planet via other humans. The only way to store information is by agreement. The outside dream may hook our attention, but if we don't agree, we don't store that information. As soon as we agree, we believe it, and this is called faith. To have faith is to believe unconditionally. So, yeah, that's a good way of like saying that. The Mastery of Love, it's a good book too. I somewhat feel like the guy is kind of the author may sort of be milking this this Toltec wisdom that he has attained in his life and spreading that information, and that's not, there's nothing wrong with it. That's just the way I'm gonna describe. It's Sue's view, whatever. There are like stories or like examples in this book where he like, I don't know, he talks about like these people, and like this guy who didn't believe in love or something like that. It's like, I don't know. Read it for yourself. Sue's view is what I just said. It's almost forgettable because at the end of the day, like both of these books really are just reminders to what you should already kind of be living your life by, and you may have chosen to choose a different route at any point in time, and you know that. So it's just something to kind of put you back on track with what you know is good type. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what else I got here. Yeah, okay, so I would recommend both of these books. They're good. They're it's like eating a fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like eat the apple, and it's like I could have ate chips, and I could have had some ice cream, but I ate that apple. I'm appreciative of it. My body is appreciative of it, and like the soul loves it too. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely recommend them, but I do want to say that the Four Agreements is better. So yeah, and I believe there are some other books by him too. Yeah, this guy has a ton of books. Four Agreements, the Four Agreements companion book, The Circle of Fire, The Voice of Knowledge, The Fifth Agreement, Los Cuatro Acerdos. Yeah, okay, so that's all in Spanish. I ain't even gonna do it. But yeah, so check them out. They're good. Eat the fruit. Now I am going to read the Daily Stoic, and I don't remember, and I don't have like, so I take notes when I read the book, and then I take notes for like the Sue's view, but I only have the Sue's view here, so I don't have the date when I finish these books to like read from the Stoic. That would be cool. I could read two, but I'm gonna read one, and it's gonna be from today. Light this up. All right. Somewhere, someone's dying. Whenever disturbing news is delivered to you, bear in mind that no news can be relevant to your reasoned choice. Can anyone break news to you that your assumptions or desires are wrong? No way. But they can tell you someone died. Even so, what is that to you? A well-meaning friend might ask you today, what do you think about insert tragedy from the other side of the world? You and your equally well-meaning concern might say, I just feel awful about it. In this scenario, both of you have put aside your reasoned choice without doing a single thing for the victim suffering from the actual tragedy. It can be so easy to get distracted by, even consumed by, horrible news from all over the world. The proper response of the Stoic to these events is to not care, but mindless, meaningless sympathy does very little either, and comes at the cost of one's own serenity in most cases. If there is something you can actually do to help these suffering people, then yes, the disturbing news and your reaction to it has relevance to your reasoned choice. If emoting is the end of your participation, then you got to get back to your individual duty, to yourself, to your family, to your country. Stop all the outrage, like I love that little excerpt right there. Pick up the Daily Stoic, it's good. It has like a page for every day of the year, and I like it. It has a lot of wisdom in there. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming and spending some time to get a glimpse at how Sue sees. Y'all be good. Not bad.